Yo, yo, what's going on, Tiger?
Going on, man.
Not much. Hit the subscribe, share, like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get right to it. So,
Episode
ran across
52. Hey, this
was 50,
episode 50.
Curtis Jackson. Uh, but yeah, this video ran across this Ramsey video from 11 years ago.
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, I'm glad you see it.
Oh,
Yeah, a
Lord. Hey,
lot of
shout out
people.
to Dave Ramsey, man.
Yeah, Dinosaur Dave. But
Hey, no debt, Dave.
yeah, yeah. But this is this is his take on. Like I said, this is from 11 years ago. This is his take on Bitcoin and crypto.
Oh, Lord.
Let's see. See what old Dinosaur Dave talking about.
On social media and gone bananas. And so, like, I'm the enemy of the world because, Dave, I thought you liked the free market. You'd like Bitcoin. I hope it works. It may work. I don't think it's going to. And it looks like it's failing as we speak. But
So this is 11 years ago again for context. What do you think so far? Where do you think this going? What do you think?
He finna tell everybody if you got it, sell it already. I mean, I'm just curious to see how much Bitcoin price 11 years ago.
Yeah, this was 11 years ago.
Oh, man. 11 years ago, Bitcoin was at $570.
All right. So yeah, for context, so this Bitcoin was at $570 around the time that he shot this recorded this video. And Bitcoin is over 100,000 now. But
180x return.
yeah, back to back to Mr. Dave Ramsey.
it may work. In 10 years, it may have stabilized. In the meantime, I'm going to tell 8 million people every day that Bitcoin is Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. It's a nice little play on word. Bitcoin. Dave Whitty, ain't he? Yeah, I
Hey,
do.
man.
I
I
do.
know anybody who had Bitcoin and listened to Dave got this Lego cigarette right now.
Hey, that's a fact. Hey,
They
no,
actually probably got a shot of some
yeah,
cognac.
yeah, shot of Jack
Some
for sure.
that's something stronger than a Lego cigarette.
Yeah, and hey, we big supporters of Dave. I've been tapped in with Dave, like his advice on staying clear of debt
Hmm.
and stuff. Like you can't beat that. But yeah, this right here. Sometimes if you don't know, you just gotta punt it. You just be like, look, that's out of my realm. Like, do your own research. But yeah, let's see what back to
He's
Mr.
super
Ram.
conservative too, though. So
Yeah.
and this is something that's quote unquote a speculative investment. You talking about 2014? It hadn't even been out, I think, roughly 5 years.
Mm.
So with like he just said, 8 million people. If he suggests to his 8 million people to buy it and it tank, he probably look worse than he do right here.
Yeah. But my thing is like I said, I listen to Dave every day and if somebody know different, put in the comment. I haven't seen him come forward as of now. As of today, I haven't seen him come forward and be like, look, guys, I was wrong on this. I'm a conservative guy. I couldn't, lead people to invest in something speculative like this, but that's my only thing.
What
But
what I will say before you hit play is he two people on his channel, which I'm surprised he let it rock. They did out come out recently saying Bitcoin may be a good investment. Now, did they do that behind his back? I mean, I'm being facetious when I say that. They obviously can't do that, but I haven't seen him do it, like
yeah,
you said. He
yeah.
probably won't.
No, he never will. But yeah, yeah. Back to Mr. Ramsey. See what he talking about.
And it's the equivalent of the Iraqi dinar of the web. And I'm going to keep saying it because I'm not putting money in it personally because it's an unstable currency that is regulated by no one and has no track record. And there's not even a physical item. At least with carpet thread, you'd have something in your pocket. It's bits, and they can't even freaking keep up with the bits. And so one of the major exchanges has now gone into bankruptcy.
Let me say this right here.
That was Mount Cox,
You,
by the way.
oh, that bankruptcy.
Mount, I said, whoa, pause.
Yeah,
Mount
yeah. I knew
Gox.
what you tried to. Yeah, yeah. Super,
Yeah,
super pause on that.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
I knew exactly what you were saying, but
MT.GOX.
yeah. And what he's saying the bits. Look, would you rather have the bits or the U.S. fiat? Give
Dang,
me the bits, man. Give me them bits. We
dang,
got
printing bits.
got that right.
So this is not a hard concept, and it's not due to my lack of knowledge of the internet. My lack of knowledge of the internet is vast. I'm so ignorant about the internet, it's unbelievable. I am not ignorant of how currency works. As a matter of fact, I'm a freaking expert on how currency works. Economics and finance are the thing I've devoted my life to studying. And so I'm far from ignorant on what Bitcoin really is at its core. It is only as good as someone else's willingness to accept it in exchange, and for the people fooling with it being able to keep up with it. If you walk around and you lose thousands of dollars, pieces of green paper out of your pocket, and you can't keep up with your money, then you're going to lose money. And they can't find them. They've been shystered, and you've been shystered. But you guys think it's cool and it's cutting edge all because it's technology based, and I'm some kind of freaking ignoramus. And here's where your breakdown is: it's not technology based, it's trust based. And it happens to function in one of the areas where trust is most lacking, and that's in technology. Do you trust anything on the web, people? Now you're going to bet money that's web based? It's going to be a while before this works, guys, if it ever works, because it's trust based. Money at its core is trust, and it's spiritual. Whether it's carpet thread, gold bars, green pieces of paper, red pieces of paper, or bits in your computer, money is trust based. Bitcoin does not have trust by anyone except some people who are so technology driven in their lives that they honestly want it to work so badly that they're blind as to how this thing is going down. So here's the deal: I'm not going to stop. So, you little tech babies, just keep it rolling, baby. Just crank it out. Just crank out the Dave hate. Bring it on. Because you're wrong.
Hmm.
I am not trying to shut down Bitcoin. I'm talking to people who work for a living, make money, and I'm asking them to not lose their money by investing in the Iraqi dinar of the web, the Bitcoin.
Pause it real quick. Unfortunate statement about that is that people who work for a living, if they keep their money in the dollar in the last 4 or 5 years, over 49% of the money in like in population. I ain't I don't think I said that wrong,
Yeah,
but
it's circulation, but yeah,
circulation. I said in population. Appreciate you. In circulation was printed in the last 5 years. So you know, you didn't lost spending power versus
yeah.
180x return from when he's saying this.
Hey, but hey, this take age like milk right here. Look, I believe I cut off this little part right here. Hold on, let me
On
find it.
trust. And currencies are only as stable as trust. And so now I got a whole nother group
Here you
of goobers after me, and that's these Bitcoin goobs. Now, these are web
go. We goobs, man. We the goobs.
geeks, and so
Hey,
they're all alive on social media and gone bananas. And
Yeah, he said we goobs and geeks. That's hilarious. I've been called a lot of things. I don't ever think I've been called a goob or a geek.
hey, them goobs, dog, on them geeks be getting that pay.
That's what I want to say. Man. Well, yeah, we just thought that was extra right across that Dave ran. Like I said, for context, it's from 11 years ago. It's not something he just done. But like I said, to me, the interesting thing is that he's, as of today, he personally has not came out and been like, guys, you know, I'm a conservative guy. You know, I wasn't trying to lead anybody, to something speculative, but it looked like it may be something with this Bitcoin. He may do it eventually, but as of now, he hadn't done it. Well, because I've seen many of people call in, and we probably gonna review some other them because there's a whole lot of people calling in like, yeah, Dave, I got whatever, 100 and some thousand in Bitcoin or crypto or whatever. What should I do? And he tell
Sell
them,
it.
"Sell the crap now. Videos from years ago, and you do the math, like they'll be up 40, $50 million now. They may have not listened to him. I don't know, but yeah, it's just funny looking at that old video. We the goobs and the web geeks. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yes,
Mm,
sir.
mm, mm,
Hey,
mm.
hit that share, hit that subscribe. You got anything else you want to add, Tiger?
I'm just shaking my head. That was 2014, man. Price of it was under $600. Think it went from 560 to 580 around that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the goobs.
180x return since then. And that's at 104. That ain't even at 112, which it hit.
Yeah, like I said, it aged like milk. That is a milk take right there.
Mm, 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 mm.
Man. But yeah, hey, Sats of Crypto, hit the subscribe, hit the like. We coming with more content. We
Yes,
sure
sir.
appreciate it. We out.
Hey, 50 episodes in. We appreciate you.